2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to Game 1 of the NBA season, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
Man, it's been a long summer.
I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. We have been waiting for this day for a long time. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Detroit Pistons as they go up against the Charlotte Hornets. And for Charlotte, they struggled in this matchup last season. Only one win for them through 4 games. They'd like to make a statement tonight. After a brisk off-season, it's finally upon us, fellas.
What's that?
Opening night.
Oh, tonight's opening night?
Hey,
oh, those are preseason games.
Shaq, your thoughts on how important it is for a team to get off to a fast start?
Well, early wins gives you confidence.
Oh, do they ever?
Makes you more intimidating to play against.
Oh, does it ever?
I'm so excited. I miss you guys or something.
Oh, I know. What have you been doing?
I'm happy to be here. I went to China about 59 times.
Yeah.
I went to Cancun 72 times.
Uh-huh.
And I went to the North Pole twice.
Oh, wow.
How's
so
that?
A pretty uneventful summer for you.
It was bad. I was looking for sun. I couldn't find it.
Okay, well, you're not supposed to. The fans, the local media, everyone is excited. And I just am excited to be here, start of the season, and you don't want to start slow. You don't want to have any rough patches early on.
What'd you do this summer?
I went fishing.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
Catch anything?
Fishing. Yes, I did. I went to Dubai and went deep sea fishing.
Wow, awesome. So you were traveling all over the place? You go deep sea fishing?
What'd you do?
I cut the grass. It's awesome. Well, that wraps it up. Let's go courtside.
Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Chris Webber and Greg Anthony and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. The Detroit Pistons preparing to defend home court in this Eastern Conference battle. And this matchup with Charlotte, first game of the NBA season for them. Last season, they had the upper hand in the series, going 3-1 against these guys.
Yeah, and they took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, Stan Van Gundy was the head coach in Miami, Orlando, and now Detroit. Now, he's promised his wife that this is the last stop. He said, I wanted one more shot at it. I've got a great owner, and I should be able to get it turned around in the time that he's given me. If I don't, I don't. But this will be the last one. Kevin?
And DA, it's obvious that Stan has a real love for the game. Here's hoping he turns that storied franchise around. And the season just getting underway. Chris, we've heard some players and coaches say that the 82-game regular season schedule is a bit too long. What do you think?
I think they've been playing 82 games since the seasons and since players that before us have come along. And I think that we keep in that same tradition. I think we're the only sport that constantly talks about changing the number of games and everything else. I don't know how you keep tradition. I don't know how you keep numbers, statistics. So 82 games, I don't feel is too much. I mean, look at the money players are getting paid too now. There's more incentive. So 82 games, I've done it. It's not too hard. You're going to get injuries. You're going to be tired. But this is a tough job, and, guys are strong enough to handle it. I'm an 82-game guy, as you can see. I keep saying 82 games, 82 games.
Clear as a bell, I can see you're an 82-game guy.
Yeah.
We got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. Setting the floor for the Hornets, Kaminsky and Howard, the tall front line. Walker and Monk are the guard tandem, and it's Batum in at the small forward position. Just 4 to shoot. Howard setting the pick for Walker. Again, the miss by Walker.
I like the shot selection on that one, despite the miss.
Harris dishes to Jackson. Harris setting the pick for Jackson. He kicks to Drummond, and it's out of bounds to the Pistons as Detroit retains possession.
Man, you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
Well, some of that, too, is just setting the tone by being aggressive. You need guys like this on your team.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Jackson misses. Detroit on D. And it's Walker penetrating. Kaminsky, the pass to Batum. A second chance effort, and the layup is good. Batum's got the opening field goal of the game for Charlotte.
And so it begins, taking control right up front.
Well, I like the effort. It always feels good to get on the board first.
Now here's Bradley. Drummond the screen. And Bradley gets it to go.
The effort of Drummond is just exceptional. A masterful screener who really clears out space thanks to his wide frame.
And Walker kicks to Monk. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Lets it fly. Walker missing again. For Detroit, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And there's Jackson on the assist by Bradley.
And Jackson is very good at catching the D off guard, especially inside where he needs to be fast and getting that shot off.
Walker against Lure. Stolen by Lure. And here's Bradley from 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Bradley's got 5.
Oh, and that's where Bradley's 6'7" wingspan can help. A little extra reach to get it over the D.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. With the teardrop, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Andre Drummond picks one up.
Clearly a foul.
And last season, I think, Greg, there was a time when Kemba Walker was playing basketball, you know, as well as any point guard in the NBA.
No doubt. I mean, not to say he's the best in our league, but he is certainly climbing up the list. You can't ignore his impact on this team. Has worked to improve each season he's been in the league.
That free throw, no good.
Walker is a superb point guard, an exceptional mix of quickness, shooting, and passing.
Good on the second free throw. And with sponsors coming to NBA jerseys this season, Hornets fans have to be pleased with their initial sponsor. Makes perfect sense when an owner also owns a shoe brand.
Oh, yeah, and Brand Jordan as the owner sponsor just made too much sense. You like how seamless and unobtrusive it's been. If you have to have a jersey sponsor, you can do a lot worse than the Hornets.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Here's Howard. The shot's good on the assist by Walker.
Love the focus from Howard. So excellent at draining difficult shots over the defense.
Jackson against Walker. Jackson kicks to Bradley. Back to Jackson. Shoots from the corner. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Defensively, they could have done better. That's an open look he'd like to have back.
Left side, Walker. That one's good from the corner.
Well, the shooter of Walker's caliber, I mean, you can't allow him to shoot with his feet set.
Outside Jackson. Left side Bradley. Harris dishes to Lure. Shot clock at 5. Over Kaminsky. And the shot is long. The Hornets have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Walker in the corner. And there's the 3-second violation.
And a quick check of the stats for Drummond. Great showing for him last season. Second in rebounding. 16th in shooting percentage. And he was also among the top 20 in steals. That ability is more unique than folks realize. Very valuable defensively.
And looking back at last season, his complete dominance on the boards to rank number 2 overall. Absolutely remarkable. Now here's Batum. From 13, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Batum's got his second basket of the night.
And Batum really likes getting shots off from the interior, using those long arms of his well to release the shot over the defense.
And it's Bradley off the drive. Missed the shot. He's 3 for 4 in the game. And oh, here we go. Batum's got it. Galloping the fast break chance. Here's Howard. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
And you need an army to keep Howard away from the basket. He's so superb at snatching up offensive rebounds.
Jackson kicks to Harris. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. And in front of you now is a list of the players with the highest shooting percentage last season. The 4th spot held by Dwight Howard.
Put the ball in the bucket. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? I mean, just ask him. He'll have the answer for you.
Walker with it. Stolen by Jackson. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And Walker gets it to go on the assist by Monk. Walker's got 5 now.
A pretty simple solution to ending this run. It would just be getting back and actually playing some defense.
Lure. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Marjanovic checked in for Drummond. Hornets leading by 4. Walker the pass to Monk. There's the dish to Howard. The shot comes out, and Detroit the other way now. Here's Bradley. Again, the miss by the Pistons. For Charlotte, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Charlotte getting another chance here. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, free throwing was never the strength of Howard's game.
Well, we always hear about how some guys are locker room leaders or a veteran presence on a team. Chris, how quickly does someone establish themselves as a team leader? It's universally embraced by the rest of the team.
It's tough. You know, some guys can come in and do it day one, but I think that we've seen a lot of leaders grow, whether it was a great leader like a 2-time MVP in Nash. It took some years first for him to understand himself and then kind of let his leadership you follow that on the court. We bring that to today with a guy like a John Wall. It's taken him about 4 or 5 years to really learn to be around veterans, but guys are coming in younger now, and so I think that it's going to take a little bit of time to develop, but as long as they're continuing to learn, as long as they're continuing to put the effort out, because you're a leader first by what you do, not by what you say. And so if you are trying to figure your way out and work hard, then you're being a leader. People are figuring it out. It's usually when does the vocal part come in along with kind of leading by an example. And so I think for every person it's different, but it's a lot of fun watching, because when they get to that point, you've definitely seen some development and growth from them mentally and physically when you know they've taken over the reins like a guy like John Wall has.
Good insight. And that one falls for Jackson. The last season for Reggie Jackson, he just couldn't get back to full strength. Missed a lot of time, Greg, as you know, with that injury to start the year. And even when he returned, his legs wouldn't cooperate and give him his usual burst and acceleration.
Yeah, and you could see it in Jackson's performance and really the numbers. Steep drop in production from what he had been putting up, and very dependent on his burst. So hopefully he can avoid any leg troubles moving forward.
But see, I love Reggie Jackson, how he attacks players with his drive. He uses his size nicely. He's so athletic. I mean, he has one of the best Euro steps in the game and a nice tempo change to keep the D off guard.
And he gets it to go. And that's now 7 points for Kemba Walker.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Marjanovic kicks to Jackson. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And with Jackson and his ability to attack the rim, that strength plays into another strength of his, which is pulling up short and getting a jumper or a floater on the fly.
Well, that tandem of talents make Jackson such a tough assignment on defense. He has the right mentality to consistently create chances. No real easy way to defend against him.
And he knocks down the first one. And Chris, growing up a fan of the Pistons, did you have any particular moment that sticks out to you about this franchise?
Oh, so many moments. Isaiah Thomas winning MVP in the All-Star game. So many moments. Joe Dumars playing great defense on Michael Jordan, sweeping the 1989 finals. That was our first time. And in high school, I remember we had these little pocket TVs that one of my friends had, and we actually got to watch the game as the Pistons played against Portland. So, of course, I have many memories. You want some more? I keep going on and on and on and on.
Here's Zeller, and boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is, and so they will award the basket there.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Carter Williams against Jackson. Kicks it to Lure. There's a screen by Marjanovic, and stolen by Zeller. Here's Carter Williams. Picked by Zeller. A floater. And the rejection by Marjanovic. And Michael Carter Williams gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Jackson against Carter Williams. Jackson kicks to Bradley.
And if you really want to make things hard on yourselves, this is exactly how you do it. Turnovers on back-to-back trips down the floor.
And here we go with the breakdown tonight of the front court and back court rebounding numbers for Charlotte.
And their big men are getting the bigger percentage of these boards. You know, you expect that, and they'll need them to continue to patrol the paint and clean up the mess if they're going to win this game.
Here are the Hornets with the ball. They're on a 15-6 run. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Zeller to the inside. Stolen by Lure. On the wing, Harris. His first shot coming late. It's rebounded by Kid Gilchrist. Hornets leading by 4. And a wide open look for Lamb. A three-pointer is right on target.
That's the awareness that Kid Gilchrist has out there. Excellent at knowing where the open man is.
Marjanovic, a screen on Carter Williams. Jackson, an easy layup after coming off the pick. Jackson's got 8.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Kid Gilchrist. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
And he wasn't going to get away with that one. Still in motion when he set that screen.
He even knew he wasn't in good position. He tried to slide himself into a better spot. The official wasn't having it.
Pistons trail by 5. Lure the screen. Jackson dishes to Harris. Lure the screen. Harris misses.
No reason he couldn't have taken more time and finished that one off. Disappointing miss for sure.
Carter Williams with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Shot from the wing. That's short off the rim.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
Now here's Bradley. He has 7. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
And Avery Bradley won the national high school title at Findlay Prep and was considered a top 5 prospect. Some had him even at number 1, and still after one season at Texas, he fell to the Celtics at 19 in that 2010 draft.
That free throw good from Avery Bradley. And Bradley, a great athlete. He won the dunk contest in high school. Terrific player. But He's not a big highlight player, it seems, in the NBA, Greg.
Yeah, you know, his strength and explosiveness more on display defensively, and that's been his meal ticket. He's added skill, though. He's turned the corner and has become a two-way threat.
And so Bradley nails both of them.
Well, if you watch the Hornets over the past few seasons, it's easy to see how disciplined they are. They don't turn the ball over on simple plays. They never get too ahead of themselves and give away possessions.
Zeller setting the pick for Kid Gilchrist. Again, Carter Williams missing. Pistons trail by 3. Here's Lure. The Pistons have been excellent at the free throw line here today, a flawless 6 for 6. Free throw good, Lure. And Lure drops them both.
And as great of a free throw shooter as he is, it's still a part of his game. He works very hard at it.
Carter Williams with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Carter Williams can't get it to go.
The D doing everything they can to cut him off on his way to the hoop.
And here's the fast break. Carter Williams leading the way. And Kid Gilchrist throws it down.
And when you're open, Carter Williams will find you. He knows his role well.
Harris inside the line. Detroit, no good that time either. Hornets leading by 3. For 3. Kid Gilchrist, no luck. 1:15 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Bradley. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Carter Williams, the pass to Zeller. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Look, he has a good feel for the painted area. Zeller, never in a rush. Very deliberate with his moves.
Marjanovic, no good.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those 2 things that he possesses.
Here's Bradley. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. That's on Marvin Williams.
The ability to draw contact and get to the line is a great tool for any player to have, but it's really a bonus for perimeter players like Bradley.
Well, usually when you talk about a 6'2" shooting guard, you figure undersized defensively. Avery Bradley, Chris, won first-team All-Defense in 2016.
Oh, well, I love Avery's game, and let's talk about his improvement offensively. This guy was a candidate and should have won Most Improved in the league, and in my opinion as well. Just such a hard worker, the heart and soul of his team.
That free throw good from Avery Bradley.
And you so often hear about how much Detroit Pistons fans pride themselves on the defense of this team. It's a part of the franchise's identity. All the fans in Detroit definitely love their defense.
Both shots good from the stripe. And only a handful of teams have a franchise identity like that with the Pistons in defense. Maybe the Lakers playing up-tempo or Memphis grinding it out.
Well, yeah, not many teams or franchises have an identity, and that's what makes it so special to play in Detroit for that reason. There's nothing like hearing the crowd get hyped for a defensive stop.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 8. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Cody Zeller.
Oh, wow. And Harris is a guy that really offers a ton of versatility. He can play both forward spots and is an efficient scorer from just about anywhere.
The Pistons haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10.
And a season ago, only converting at about a 72% clip from the line.
That's good from Harris. And Harris drops them both.
His free throw ability makes him tough to defend in the post. Teams can't get too physical with him.
Kid Gilchrist sets the pick for Lamb. Zeller, a screen on Bradley. Here's Carter Williams, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Hornets lead by 1. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And before the game, we heard from Kemba Walker. He talked about his mentality when he steps out onto the floor.
Play free. Just play like you're playing street ball. Just have fun. Just play the game that you've been playing, forever.
Infectious enthusiasm. You see it every time he steps on the floor. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we've been watching from the Hornets.
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
And really, for the whole first quarter, they've maintained their intensity. Let's see how long they can sustain it.
Jackson and Bradley are in the backcourt. Lure and Drummond together down low. And it's Harris in at the 3. They're the group Detroit will start the second with. Now here's Carter Williams. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Jackson with it, now defended by Carter Williams. Williams with the steal. And here we go, fast break. Kid Gilchrist has got it, and it's blocked. And there's going to be a foul. He definitely made contact with the ball, and in doing so also got the body, so we'll see free throws here.
Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, a player that isn't known for his offense but makes up for it on D. Fantastic defender who can completely disrupt an assignment in a number of ways. Very quick and can stick to someone like glue.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
First free throw is good. And with Kid Gilchrist, his defense is definitely his most important asset. Really, until his offense comes along, Chris, it's how he'll make his biggest impact on a team.
Well, that's perfectly fine for a player like MKG. He gives you defense and great rebounding on the wing, Kevin. He's active on both ends of the floor, and he brings the energy that he's in.
And so he makes both from the line. Chris, there have been some great sixth men on the teams that you played with, but right now, who do you feel are some of the best of the bunch coming off the bench and in the NBA right now?
Well, 2 of my rookies, 2 guys I got to play with, Andre Iguodala, I think he's always going to be kind of that perennial top for 6th man of the year. He and another guy that was a rookie with him, and that's Lou Williams. He can just get buckets at any time that he needs to. And you look at a guy like a Patty Mills coming off the bench for the Spurs, and you don't have to necessarily do it with volume or with quantity, but it's also your quality of minutes. And I think that Patty Mills is someone that can definitely light it up in a flash. And these 3 guys, anytime you have them coming off the bench for you, you're going to have some firepower.
Now Jackson, after Jeremy Lamb's three-pointer that didn't go. Jackson kicks to Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
Oh, and when there's an open man, Jackson finds him, making it look very easy.
Now here's Carter Williams. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Yep, it goes, and the Piston lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Zeller.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Jackson dishes to Harris. Lure sets the pick for Harris. In the corner, Bradley with it. Good, and Harris gets the assist. 16 points for Avery Bradley.
And doing much better now in that first quarter, converting less than 30% of their field goal opportunities, bouncing back nicely here in the second.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, guys, something special is brewing in Charlotte. Point guard Kemba Walker said, "It's a great start. We know how to play with each other, and we love playing with each other. The best thing is how hard we all work. We're going to grow." Kevin?
And that kind of optimism is terrific, David. Thank you. Walker and the Charlotte Crews seem to be a perfect match. Good on the triple. And it's a 7-point Detroit lead.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Walker. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Walker's got 9 points.
And Walker uses every inch of his 6'1" frame to nail the interior shots, really using his body well.
Jackson passes to Drummond. Back to Jackson. Right side, Bradley. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Here's Batum. That one rolling around and rims out. Detroit leading by 5. Bradley kicks to Lewis. And it's out of bounds to the Pistons as Detroit retains possession. Howard's checked in for Charlotte. Here's Bradley. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
And Walker kicks to Kaminsky. Over Lure. Kaminsky misses. And it's Detroit's ball. They're on a 14-6 run. On the wing, Jackson, guarded by Walker. And stolen by Howard. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Here's Monk. And again, the Hornets missing.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
I love to hear his explanation of coach right there. I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
We see a chart here for the shooting performance so far for Bradley.
And there isn't a whole lot of positives that you can take away from his performance from the mid-range game so far. A lot of chances have come up empty for him, but he seems intent on taking jumpers out there. Something's got to give.
Here's Walker. 9 points in the game so far. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Howard with a screen on Jackson. And here's Walker outside. Buries it from 3-point range. Walker's got 5 points now in the quarter.
When Walker's feeling it, you're in trouble. He can take over the game when he's scoring.
Jackson against Walker. Over in the corner. Lure. Outside Bradley. 6 to shoot. Expanding his range. And he's good on the 3-ball. Lure's got the lead up to 7 now for the Pistons. Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Walker dishes to Howard. The feed to Monk. Up off the screen, and it's sent back by Drummond.
Right, shooters have to be careful when Drummond is roaming nearby. He is a defensive menace who takes his shot blocking very seriously.
A different look here for Detroit. Tolliver comes in for John Lure, and Langston Galloway subbed in for Bradley. Pistons leading by 7. And Chris, as you grew up a Piston fan being born in Detroit, which Piston were you the biggest fan of when you were growing up?
Oh, wow. By far, Isaiah, no question. Isaiah was the heart and soul of that team. A guy that was smiled, but you know, had the heart of an assassin that wanted to play and use everything that he had to get a win out of every game. The best small guard, in my opinion, the game has seen. His handles, his leadership. He was just a Chicago kid trying to make it. And then, of course, Joe Dumars, and the fact that, you know, he was just so solid, such a great guy for the community, such a heck of a 2-guard out there, a defender, a guy that could spread the floor. And, of course, Bill Laimbeer, his physical play. Bob Lanier, my man Rick Mahorn, Adrian Dantley, Mark McGuire. I could keep going. Chuck Nevitt even was a Piston for a while.
The Pistons have gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the second quarter. You've got to like how they've shot the ball. And Jackson gets it to go.
Oh, and really, Jackson is deadly with the pull-up jumper. The D usually never sees it coming.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. And Chris, power forwards today shoot a lot more 3-pointers. If you played today, I think you'd be incredibly effective in that role. How do you think you'd be in that role?
Oh, yeah, I think that that's something I would definitely have fun and relished in. I did shoot threes a couple of seasons in Washington and was pretty successful at that, but the style of play was just so different then. Big men were asked to stay in the post, and there was a lot more work in the post, a lot more pressure on the big guy to get to the free throw line to wear down the defense. So the whole game was different then. The big man kind of ruled the game. Today it's a point guard's game, and so what's great is I'd have to step out to give the point guard a lot more room to drive, to take a shot blocker away, or because there aren't any shot blockers. And so I definitely would love to hang out in that corner and shoot that easy three, or at the top after a pick and roll and pop right back. That would have been a lot of fun. Plus, it would give you freedom, because when you can shoot that Jimmy like that and you got a nice wet jump shot, it allows that pump fake to work all day. So I would have pump fake a lot from that three-point line and dunked on a lot of people. So that would have been fun to have that freedom as they do today. Just like it's fun watching these young guys let it fly from that three-point line.
You love it when the big fella shows off his ability from beyond the arc.
Here's the screen. Out to the wing. Ellenson kicks to Harris. Shoots over Batum. And Harris gets it to go on the assist by Ellenson. And the Pistons lead by 11. Charlotte's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Now, here's Monk. Covered by Smith. Screened by Howard. Charlotte moving it around. Batum with the ball. Picked up by Harris. Off the screen. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Jackson passes to Smith. From outside, off the mark. Hornets trail by 11. Batum with the 3. Again, Batum missing.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Charlotte shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Monk kicks to Walker. And the Hornets miss again.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Drummond dishes to Jackson. Batum with the steal. And a fast break now for the Hornets. And then Monk with the jam.
And Walker strikes a nice balance between scoring and finding his teammates. That time for a wide open bucket.
Special thanks to Under Armour for that sweet replay we just saw. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Now here is Smith. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Ellenson passes to Smith. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
And you gotta like how they're working the ball inside this quarter. They were struggling to do that earlier. Now they're showing the focus to take the ball inside.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And just a shade over 70% from the line a season ago. That's an area I'm sure he wants to improve.
Kennard, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. Free throw good, Smith.
When you watch the Hornets play, it seems like they play with a chip on their shoulder. I mean that in a good way. They play like they have something to prove. They have a very self-driven team.
Now here's Walker. 12 points for him. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
He's giving them a nice lift this quarter. The shots are falling for him.
Chris, as you said, win or lose, you know that this Hornet team is going to battle you for all 4 quarters. They don't give up.
Well, a lot of that camaraderie has developed on this roster because of that. They know they don't have superstars and big names, but it doesn't deter them. They know they have a small margin of error.
Marvin Williams is checked in for the Hornets.
One shot.
That's good from Kemba Walker. And the Hornets team that while they have added rotation players via the draft, they haven't been able to draft a star to build around yet.
No, well, and with the Hornets, their best pick has been Kemba Walker back in 2011. I mean, they've traded away a lot of their picks right after making them. However, that might change as they lucked out with Monk falling to them.
Screen by Smith. Here's Kennard. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Charlotte calls timeout.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Well, yeah, he might have seen something he wants to exploit. Well, we'll see what they run coming out of this.
Johnson, he's checked in for the Pistons. The Hornets also changing it up. Kid Gilchrist, he's checked in for Batum. Jeremy Lamb comes in for Monk. And it's Carter Williams in for Kemba Walker. Now here's Carter Williams. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Teardrop shot. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, it's been an interesting journey for Michael Carter Williams. He goes from Rookie of the Year to getting traded, then traded again. Had a lot to live up to after that award, but the expectations might have been a bit unfair.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And last season, he made good on about 3 out of every 4 free throw attempts. And last time I checked, I think that's 75%.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Carter Williams. Well, you go back to Carter Williams in that award. He had good numbers, but not great efficiency in them.
Well, I think he's settling into his niche of being a serviceable, bigger point guard. He can run a team, and although he isn't dangerous, he isn't hurting you that much either. If he ever wants to make that jump, though, he's going to have to fix that jump shot.
Here's Kennard. Smith outside. Ellenson passes to Kennard. He gets stolen by Lamb. Goes up, and Lamb slams it home.
He's a rangy strider, but Lamb able to beat the defense up the court and finish the play.
Smith kicks to Johnson. Pass to Drummond. Dishes it to Ellenson. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Howard's got 7 rebounds in the game. In the corner, it's Kid Gilchrist. Charlotte moving the ball around. Here's Kennard. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. Kennard's got 4 points now in the quarter. Smith against Carter Williams. Here's Howard. Second chance shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Howard's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Outstanding presence of mind. Howard is as dependable as it gets near the rim.
Kennard, the pass to Ellenson. Smith outside. And there's the pass to Johnson. Clock at 4. Here's Ellenson. Up again. And Drummond is right there. Drummond's got 6 points.
Wow, Drummond is one of the top rebounders in the game. You have to put a body on him, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, just to prevent him from coming away with a second chance opportunity.
Now here's Carter Williams. Over Smith. Again, Carter Williams missing.
If he'd been even halfway decent today, the score would be a lot different, but he can't get anything to fall.
Smith against Carter Williams. Drummond the screen. Here's Kennard. Dwight Howard grabs the board. Howard's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. That one's good, and the Piston lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Lamb.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
Drummond the screen. Goes up at the stripe. He doesn't hit that one. And so it's Detroit heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Right back after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And welcome to halftime. Hey, what a fantastic time of the year. NBA season getting underway. Hey,
You know,
hey!
I'm excited. I am really excited. I am really, really excited, honey.
A tremendous game we're seeing from Avery Bradley. He had 18 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. He has bounced back nicely from what was a tough night for him in their last game. Judging by that first half, he's back to his old self again. Taking a look at the Pistons, Shaq, what did you think?
Well, they were really in attack mode. The most telling stat is how many times they got to the free throw line. They weren't all afraid to get their hands and get those elbows dirty. You know, I'm a specialist when it comes to the elbows, Ernie.
Looking at Charlotte, Kenny, your thoughts?
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better into a better rhythm in the second half and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
That's it for halftime. Glad you could join us, as now we send you back to the action for the start of the third quarter.
Welcome back to the Palace at Auburn Hills. That's a look at the Renaissance Center, which dominates the skyline in downtown Detroit. The second half just about to get going here. We're seeing a tremendous game from Avery Bradley.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to, just a slasher's mentality.
Yeah, when you're trying to check a guy like that, you have to move your feet laterally, defensively. That didn't happen.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Walker and Monk are the guard tandem. Kaminsky and Howard the tall front line. And it's Batum in at the 3 spot. Johnson the screen. Marjanovic with it. Now guarded by Kaminsky. 5 to shoot. 11 feet away. Johnson can't hit. Hornets trail by 7. And here is Monk. And he converts the layup. Monk's got the first basket of the second half. That one for Charlotte.
Anytime Monk gets room to shoot, especially inside, he's such a crafty guard who you want to see pulling the trigger from inside.
Now here is Smith from deep. Johnson. And Johnson missing again. Here's Monk. That 3 off the mark. Pistons leading by 5. It's stolen by Kaminsky. Ring shot on the way. Rebound, Detroit. Marjanovic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Passes it to Drummond. No good. Shot missing. Good D by Howard.
0 for 3 now since halftime. Taking them a little while to find their rhythm.
The kick out to Walker. To the left side wing. Monk dishes to Howard. Feeds it to Monk. Sweet little floater. Monk's got 6.
Oh, look at the soft touch on the teardrop.
Pass to Kennard. And Drummond kicks to Smith. Pass to Marjanovic. Just 5 on the clock. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. That's a foul on Charlotte. Well, many had high hopes for what Stanley Johnson could be in the NBA, but after a rough sophomore season, questions have been raised, C-Webb. The former 9th overall pick, the player of the year in high school in Los Angeles, a terrific freshman year at Arizona. He saw a major regression in many areas of his game.
Well, look, the NBA is a different level. And when you come in as younger as Stanley came in, you're going to have to figure your way out. He's with a great organization, great coaches around. He should improve with hard work.
And the first one at the line is good.
And Johnson, the former Arizona Wildcat, certainly has a bright future in this league. The combination of shooting, speed, and length he possesses is just exciting.
Detroit making a switch here. Bradley's checked in. That one misses. Hornets trail by 4. And Walker kicks to Monk. A three-pointer, no good. Detroit's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. Smith the pass to Marjanovic. Banked in off the glass. Marjanovic has got his first basket of the night.
Oh, after failing to hit on their first 3 attempts of the half, they finally got one to go there.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Smith against Walker. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, look, it's easy to see how important Kemba Walker is to this offense. His ability to score, but his impact goes beyond that. He does a great job of creating movement and opening up lanes for his teammates. He facilitates without turning over the ball.
First free throw is good. And with Kemba Walker, the Hornets are always one of the better teams in terms of limiting turnovers, and how he is able to take care of the ball is a huge part of that.
Well, fans often overlook how important it is to have a point guard who doesn't give away possessions. Walker is mostly a scoring point guard, but has become an all-around star with the completeness of his game.
So he gets them both. Pistons leading by 4. Smith kicks to Drummond. Over Zeller. And it's Drummond missing.
They are a lousy 1 for 5 for the half. They need to find a way to get it going there.
Monk. And again, the Hornets missing.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Top of the key. And Bradley gets it to go. Bradley's got 20 points. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. The dish to Walker. And the rejection by Smith. Johnson with it. And Batum picks him up defensively. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Zeller. We take a second here to take a look at the shot chart for the Hornets.
And plain and simple, they just don't have the three-point shot tonight. They'll need to keep taking them to keep the defense honest, but they can't expect it to be a major source of points the way they have been clanking it off the iron so far. Just a bad time to go cold from deep as a team.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Marjanovic checked in for Andre Drummond, and it's Reggie Bullock in for Stanley Johnson. And again, Avery Bradley. Bradley's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, it's nice to have an option like him every time down the court.
To the wing right side. Monk dishes to Zeller. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. And then Monk with the dunk.
I tell you, Monk has some bunnies on it. I mean, he leaps up there with ease to throw that one down. The D has got to be a little bit more aware of his athleticism.
Now, here is Smith. It's Bradley on the wing. Trying to find Marjanovic. Gets it over to him. Zeller with the double team. 5 to shoot. And that one's good. Marjanovic. And the Pistons lead by 8.
Oh, nice look by Bradley. Moving it to the open man.
And Walker kicks to Monk. He feeds it to Kaminsky. From the wing. The shot, no good. And Detroit the other way now. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Bradley passes to Lure. Back to Bradley. He dishes it to Smith. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Good on the triple.
How about the quickness of that release by Monk, an experienced catch-and-shoot player who feels comfortable firing from deep.
Now, here is Smith. Marjanovic kicks to Smith. The feed to Bullock. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Bullock's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Look, that's playing inside out, simply taking what the defense gives him.
Walker against Smith. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Well, Ish Smith is a player who has been around the league a ton for a guy his age and his quality. He's suited up for 10 or so teams already in his career. But see, Webb, you watch him play, and he knows he can make an impact at the point guard position. Just ask his coach, Stan Van Gundy.
Well, think about it. The more teams you're with, the more you get to see different philosophies, different styles, play against different guys. So he's picked up confidence, and he's picked up knowledge across his journey throughout the NBA. I mean, Smith has a good enough mid-range game where you have to respect him. He knows where to look. He knows how to set up teammates, but make no doubt about it, it's Smith's quickness that is his greatest asset.
Detroit making a switch here. Kennard's checked in. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
Well, look, the sheer size of Boban Marjanovic is something that can intimidate even the tallest centers in the NBA. He's a legit 7'3" and comes in at least 290. Seemingly impossible to move him at times down low on the block. And it makes him a lot more effective when his mid-range shot is dropped.
Hornets trail by 9. They set the pick. Pick by Zeller. Batum against Bradley. And Walker kicks to Kaminsky. Pick by Zeller. Shot off the screen. Monk's shot's good. Monk's got 11 in the second half. And to illustrate the size of Marjanovic, when Joel Embiid first checked into a game against him, he is visibly in awe of the size of Marjanovic. And Joel Embiid is a 7-footer.
Well, make no mistake about Boban, though. He is much more than a big body. He has a nice floater, a great turnaround jump shot, great at shooting from the free throw. I mean, good awareness. He might be the best 7'3" passer in the league.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
The free throw drops from Marjanovic. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Marvin Williams is checked in for Kaminsky. Kid Gilchrist comes in for Nicholas Batum. Jeremy Lamb's checked in for Monk. And it's Carter Williams in for Kemba Walker. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Hornets trail by 9. Here's Williams. The basket good off the assist from Carter Williams. Carter Williams has got 5 assists tonight. For Detroit, they've gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Smith dishes to Bradley. Lure sets the pick for Bradley. To the middle. And Lure gets it to go. Lure's got 10 points in the game.
More of a 2-guard than a point guard's body. Bradley doing a little playmaking here.
Here's Williams. Offensive rebound. Zeller passes to Lamb. Not really his range, and it's off target. Detroit leading by 9. That's tipped.
And registering one of the highest verticals at the NBA Combine, Zeller can send yours to
Kid Gilchrist never ceases to amaze with his athleticism. Simply phenomenal at dropping the hammer.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Excellent work by the talented people in our production truck as well. A chance here to get a quick injury report. And now David Aldridge has an update for us on Andre Drummond. Dave, what's the news?
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for Detroit gave us some status update. At this point, he's saying that it looks like a grade 1 sprained ankle. That is a bitter pill for them to swallow so early in the season. It clearly changes the look of this team going forward, Kevin.
Well, thank you, David. Hopefully, we'll see him very soon.
2 shots.
No good on that one.
You know, Kevin, the resiliency of Smith is something you have to admire. He's bounced around the league, but has finally become a valued rotation player.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. Marjanovic kicks to Bradley, and there's the pass to Kennard.
All right, a chance to look at the numbers for Carter Williams. Last season's performance for him. Last season, he averaged 6 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you like what he brings backing up the point guard.
Yeah, no doubt. He knows how to run this offense. He's a tremendous asset to this team coming off the bench.
First one falls for him. Both good from the line that time. Hornets trail by 9. Outside Williams. Outside Kid Gilchrist. Back to Williams. And Lamb kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Here's Kennard. He's covered by Kid Gilchrist. Carter Williams against Smith. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. A floater, and it's Lure with the rebound.
That was as easy as it gets. He needs to complete those looks.
Smith on the wing. Hornets with the rebound.
Now, this has just been a bad shooting game, a horrible shooting game from him.
Kid Gilchrist dishes to Carter Williams. Drilled from 11 feet out.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Smith against Carter Williams. Down low. Deflects the pass. Out of bounds. Pistons balls. Detroit keeps possession. Henry Ellenson's checked in for Marjanovic. The Hornets also with a sub. Howard's checked in for Zeller. Here's Kennard. Misses off the right iron.
Just superb defense there. You could tell they definitely affected the release of that shot.
Lamb. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Now, Jeremy Lamb, I love his game. A very lengthy 2-guard out of UConn. Still developing as a player, but he has some great flashes at times. Not terribly consistent shooter, but he's crafty, and he can get buckets. He knows how to make the most of his length on D as well.
That one misses. And with Lamb mentioning his length as a guard, last season he went off with an incredible 17 rebounds. Remember that game? Those are numbers, Chris, even centers dream of putting up.
Yeah, Kevin, I do remember that game you're talking about with Lamb. A lot of those rebounds came from his activity near the paint on both ends of the floor. When he forces himself to be involved in the action, he's at his best.
Here's Smith. 1:58 left in the 3rd quarter. He kicks to Lure. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Ellenson's shot is off.
A highlight reel play all the way, just can't connect.
Well, a good attempt to try to finish that alley-oop steal, though. Still should have went for something better than that, though.
Here's Smith. Michael Kidd Gilchrist making his last shot. There's a screen. 1:25 left in the 3rd. Lure can't hit.
As off the mark as he has been, they're a little lucky to be in front.
Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Releases from 15, and there's the call on Howard. That's his third foul of the game. Stanley Johnson, he's checked in for the Pistons. Detroit leading by 4. And Lure kicks to Ellenson. Johnson left side. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Taking a look here at some numbers for Dwight Howard. He's coming off an excellent season. 4th in field goal percentage, 5th in rebounding, and he's a shot blocker as well. Top 20 in that category last season. Great timing and challenges at the rim.
And yeah, he's one of the most efficient scorers in the league for sure. Moves without the ball, avoids taking the bad shots. That's why he was top 5 in field goal percentage last year. And that one falls for Johnson. The Pistons making a change here. Jackson's checked in. That one is no good. And Stan Van Gundy, known for being one of the more demanding coaches when it comes to defense. He doesn't care who you are. If you're not giving it your all on the defensive end, you're going to find yourself on the bench.
Well, he's clear with what he wants and what he expects, and, you know, when you step on the floor.
Now here's Johnson. Michael Kidd Gilchrist unable to get his shot to go. Johnson kicks to Bradley. That one falls, coming off Johnson's feet. And now 24 points for Avery Bradley.
Brave in the paint, Bradley gets it done.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Screen by Howard. And it's Kidd Gilchrist penetrating.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. No good on that one.
And in a short amount of time, Kidd Gilchrist has established himself as one of the best perimeter defenders in the game. His long reach and tenacious athleticism really covers a lot of ground.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Marjanovic comes in for Lure. And it's Kennard in for Bradley. And he sinks the second. Detroit leading by 6. Now Jackson. 13 points in the game. Johnson outside. Pass to Kennard. With 4 seconds on the clock, Williams with the block. And he gets it back.
Go the other way.
Carter Williams. He's off on that one. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Pistons ahead. Up by 6. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And now let's take a listen to Stan Van Gundy on a recent huddle.
They're not going to walk it up the floor. Even when we score, they're running it. You do not have a chance to relax. The only place you can relax is here.
Stan Van Gundy getting his guys in their break, in their huddle moments ago. Only when they're in the huddle, though. Otherwise, it's go time. You can say catch your breath, but then get back out there and compete.
Well, they're getting challenged by the pace of this game. For their best results, they need to do everything just a little bit quicker.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Tobias Harris is out there with Ellenson. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Kennard in at the 2 spot. That's the group for Detroit right now. Here's Jackson. Kicks to Harris. Jackson a screen on Carter Williams. Harris drives in. Here's Kennard, covered by Lamb. Kennard, the pass to Ellenson. Just 4 to shoot. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Hits the 3-point bomb. Harris has got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Pistons. Carter Williams kicks to Howard. Dishes it to Kid Gilchrist. Howard setting the pick for Kid Gilchrist. Carter Williams, the pass to Kid Gilchrist. Here's Howard, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Nice work to get in position for the rebound and the putback. He has no off switch.
They set the pick. Kennard, the pass to Ellenson. Here's Harris, and that one hits back iron.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off. And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Charlotte making some changes. Kaminsky is checked in for Williams. Monk comes in for Jeremy Lamb. And Walker subbed in for Carter Williams. Hornets trail by 7. And Walker kicks to Kaminsky. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 5 assists in the game.
Most effective when he gets his feet set. Kaminsky can be lethal on the catch and shoot.
Now here's Jackson. Feeds it to Drummond. And there's the whistle. That goes on Frank Kaminsky. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And the Hornets making a change here. Batum's checked in. On the wing, Harris. Defended by Batum. Here's Walker. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
You can't shake Walker. He's just a master at cashing in on these and-one opportunities.
And as great as Nicholas Batum is, the one issue he's dealt with, Greg, his entire career is staying consistent during games.
And with his skill set, it is hard for Batum to be completely absent. He can play, though, too passively at times when you know what he's capable of, and he's at his best when he is active and aggressive.
Well, you rarely get to see a player like Batum who has such a dynamic game at the shooting guard spot. He's one of the best rebounders at his position and defenders. Terrific passer and very unselfish player.
Now here's Jackson. Shoots over Walker. Almost, but it rolls out.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Look, that rebound was up for grabs to get, but his length really was the determining factor in him coming away with it.
Jackson kicks to Harris. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And with Batum, he is one of the elite rebounding guards, no doubt. A large part of that is because of his height and length as a shooting guard.
Well, Batum is listed as 6'8", but he has a wingspan of a condor. I mean, his wingspan is reported at 7'4". Just an all-around great player who gives you so much when he's on the floor.
2 shots.
The first one falls. And with Tobias Harris, he's a player who bounced around more than you would think in the early part of his career. C-Webb, he was traded twice in his first 5 years in the league, which is odd given how he's been growing and developing as a player.
Well, yeah, trades aren't necessarily about the team not being happy with you. It's about finding the right spot. So he had the right work ethic, so you knew Harris was going to improve, and you also knew he was going to be around. Coaches love Harris's hard-working ability. So the future's bright for this kid.
Well, he played very poorly in the first half, but during the second half, oh, he's feeling it. He's really flipped the on switch and owned it.
There's a good screen. Top of the key, Ellenson. Here's Kennard. Shot clock at 5. Excellent D from Howard. Here's Charlotte now. They're on an 11-1 run. Walker's shot is off.
He hit a 3 in the first half. Now he's searching for his first outside shot in the second half.
Offensive rebound, and Ellenson throws it down. It's been a tight one so far. Very close game.
In matchups, it's really what it's all about, and these two teams are really equal.
Walker with it. Howard with this screen on Jackson. And it's Walker again missing.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, he did a great job of staying patient, letting the man make his move, and getting right up on the jump shot.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Yeah, the scoring, I mean, is not coming easy for him. You have to get into a little rhythm, but that's when you can make the extra pass. Play the role of the facilitator.
Here's Batum. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
Oh, and Batum has the lethal pull-up, Jimmy. If you don't get a hand up, you face the consequences of seeing him drain that shot.
Jackson dishes to Harris. Shoots over Batum, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. 10 points for Tobias Harris. Here are the Hornets with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run here. Here's Kaminsky. They get it back. Here's Howard. Good D by Drummond. The Pistons leading. Now here's Jackson. Pass to Drummond. The drive by Jackson. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
The thought of what Andre Drummond could be down the road, I mean, really is just scary. I mean, he could dominate. If he just gets a handful of go-to moves on the post, you can't stop him. He's an offensive bully on the glass. So just potential is there.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Jackson. And with Drummond, as you said, Chris, he is still full of room to develop. You forget just how young he is as he's been in the league for so long already.
You know, he just needs to keep improving every year. And also, he's not in an offensive system. Their system, the coaching staff, the Pistons are not known as an offensive type team. So he's going to have to get better in the summers and find his way along as time goes on. But he has an athletic skill set that you just don't see in this league anymore.
Hornets trail by 3. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Walker's shot is off.
A frustrating start to this quarter for him.
And here's Jackson. In the corner, Smith with it. Back to Jackson. To the inside, Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
And Drummond is just a powerful presence. So aggressive in how he skies up for the slam.
Charlotte's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the 4th. Now Batum. Here's the screen. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Never committed to setting a good pick right there. I mean, and as a result, the D was able to stick to him and get a hand in his face.
Outside Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Here's Harris. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Goes up on the wing. Rebound, Detroit. Ellinson's got 4 rebounds in this game. No one near Smith as he lets it go. Hits the front of the rim and out. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ish Smith. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. John Lure, he's checked in for the Pistons. Avery Bradley comes in for Ish Smith. Here's Walker. Zeller, a screen on Jackson. Here's Walker. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Here's Lure. Plays it up and banks it in.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Hornets trail by 7. Zeller, a screen on Jackson. Walker with it. Guarded now by Jackson. There's a screen. Batum for 3. Bradley with some nice D. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. In the corner, it's Harris. Outside Bradley. Six on the shot clock. Here's Jackson. And he can't bank that one in. Now, here's Monk. He's tightly guarded. Here's Zeller. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Well, you can't blame the defender. He was trying to be aggressive. But Zeller with just too much size and athleticism.
And when you watch Cody Zeller on the floor, you just see how effective he is. He really plays the position well on both ends. He doesn't put up those huge numbers, but the change for his team is that he is so versatile and easy to plug in.
And that one falls for Zeller. And Greg, last season the Hornets were so much more productive when Zeller was on the floor. He was crucial whenever they came away with the win.
And many fans will tell you that Zeller was the 2nd most important player on the team last season. Not a big box score guy, but his value to a team is undeniable.
And he makes both free throws. One thing that I think many players and certainly many other coaches, Chris, in the NBA love about Steve Clifford is his brutal honesty. He will pull no punches with you.
Yeah, reporters just can't throw cliche phrases at him during the press conferences or he'll dismantle them. The frankness he has with the media and players is one reason players like playing for him.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
I mean, and that 6'3" Bradley is a plus defender thanks to his quickness and tenacity.
That misses, so he splits the free throws.
Well, Cody Zeller isn't looking to impress anyone with this play, but he is a solid contributor on the floor. I mean, he runs the floor well, is very good around the rim, great efficiency on the touches close in that he does get.
Bradley drives in.
Oh, just an admirable job by Bradley, quickly jetting towards the defense and getting the call thanks to his aggressiveness.
No good on the free throw. And he's good on the second. Hornets trail by 7. Walker with it. Pass to Monk. Clock at 6. Back to Walker. A 3 ball. Walker missing again. And with Zeller, it is that efficiency with the ball that you really like about his game every season, Chris. He gets more and more comfortable helping carry the scoring load.
Well, Zeller does a good job of always having his hands ready and being in a position to score. He's great at finishing on those dump-off passes. He knows how to roll and finish strong.
Now, here's Monk. Following the miss by Avery Bradley. Shot by Zeller, no good. Walker against Jackson. Drummond with a screen on Walker. The dish now to Lure. Harris kicks to Drummond. A reverse, and he sinks the layup. Drummond's got 4 points this quarter.
And the play is all about Drummond and his solid fundamentals, just taking his time and getting a high-quality chance as a result.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Shot's good by Walker.
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
Outside Bradley. Drummond the screen. Bradley passes to Harris. Back to Bradley. In the corner, it's Harris. Got a piece of it.
And Batum has arms that go on forever and ever and ever, which is why he's so dangerous when it comes to shot blocking.
The shot's good from Monk.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Lure the screen. Jackson kicks to Lure. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Kaminsky's got his 6th rebound on the night. Down low. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to be on Avery Bradley.
He is such a focused, intense competitor. Zeller rising to the challenge at the biggest moments.
That one misses for Zeller. Detroit's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on threes. There's the pick. Zeller with the double team. On the way, Harris. There's ball movement by Detroit. Bradley, that's for 2. Dwight Howard. He's checked in for Zeller. Charlotte calls timeout. They're down by 2. 44 seconds left in the 4th quarter. A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Avery Bradley.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, guys, I had the chance to find out what Steve Clifford talked about with his players. He told them, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, get into the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
Now Bradley, after the missed 3 from Malik Monk. Drummond.
You got to be aware of Howard at all times, especially on defense when he makes his living blocking shots.
The putback. And he commits the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Making this a 2-possession game. That's the benefit of knocking down the easy ones.
Charlotte calls timeout. They're trailing by 4. 23 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And they're going to have to score. Quick foul. Can't waste any time here.
Well, it's a lot to talk about in this huddle. They'll also have to decide who they'll want to foul.
Howard with a screen on Bradley. Monk kicks to Batum. Charlotte again missing. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
It's the first, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
And that's the knockout blow right there, guys. Those free throws should put this one away.
Beyond the arc. Another miss by Batum. And so the Pistons take the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
That concludes the first game of the NBA season. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.